Striker talks and Manchester United are beginning to take a new twist as people are hoping for the impossible. Alexander Isak now, guys, honestly, do you really think we do have the money? Well, it would be the ideal move, honestly, for Man United if by some miracle we could raise the funds, but certainly they are not there. So, who exactly is Manchester United looking at as a striker at this time when we know now that Newcastle are certainly inclined to the fact that they will be losing Isak and they are seeming to be looking Benjamin Sesko's way? United are not in any way advanced or close to signing Nicholas Jackson, neither are they advanced in Ollie Watkins, yet we know they do need a striker. So what's the plan? Anyway, I'm here to tell you about it. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. Like, share, subscribe, and again, come and learn how to earn online. If you do not know how to make money on the internet, come and learn how it's done. It's not rocket science. It doesn't take a lot of your time. For just 1 hour, you will be good to go and start embarking on growing your generational wealth using your phone, data, and that time you use on different platforms every day, every week. Let's, of course, get on with it now. We know now that it's clear there is no way. I think there's no way back for Isak with Newcastle. I think it's clear he's leaving, and whereas he certainly seems to be destined to join Liverpool, and it's more logical because Liverpool have the funds to buy a player like him. They have the budget. They have informed Newcastle about it. It doesn't hurt for wishful thinkers like we Man United, some of we Man United supporters, to come in and hope that Man United could be looking to hijack a move for Isak and surprise everyone. But I think the reality is we cannot afford, even if we would have wanted, and I'm sure even Isak would have wanted to play for United. I'm not certain we can afford the money Newcastle would hope to let go of a player with a contract like that running. So Isak, I think, is quite more wishful than realistic. But the more realistic ones have been Benjamin Sesko, who is not clearly anywhere close to 120 million in terms of valuation as Isak would be, but has been linked with Man United, but still for a fee which is believed to be way higher than what Man United is capable of spending on a striker, at least in the current situation. Now, it is said that Newcastle, who are inclined to losing Isak to Liverpool, might now be looking to sign Benjamin Sesko as the new guy, their new guy. In fact, they have been inquiring about his condition and his terms and what it would take to lure him to join them. So that's another competitor there when it comes to the Sesko deal. Remember, Newcastle has certainly got more money to spend than Man United would. Away from those, there is an Ollie Watkins who has been silent there, and we know that United and Amorim have wanted him because he's Premier League proven, but his price is again crazy. You remember Aston Villa, we were told, turned down 60 million quid in January from Arsenal for him. So what does that show you? How much do they value him? He's 29. Does Man United have 60 million quid to spend on Ollie Watkins? Do they have that kind of cash to spend? So it's clear now that all the big ideal options we would have wanted, perhaps are heavy, would be realistically heavy on Man United to execute, and that would mean they would have to fall to other cheaper available options, and that's why all the other backup player free agents were all listed. That Man United, if not, could move to players on loan, to bring in players on loan. Even if it's Ollie Watkins, they can negotiate a loan move with Aston Villa and have Ollie Watkins be loaned at United for a season, and maybe hope to sign him later or get a proper permanent solution later. But what's certain is that United are now looking for solutions on the striking department to see what exactly they can do. I've been watching drills in training, and of course, I saw the intensity and excitement in the training, and I'm thinking, Casemiro, will he cope with this? I mean, the pace that Cunha and Bumo bring into this team with Ahmad there, I felt was way too high. I saw a part where Cunha, and I heard Amorim scream Matthews. He calls him Matthews by his first name. I saw Cunha dribble a ball so fast going forward, passes it to Dogu, and Dogu just plays negative, just takes us back. And I saw Cunha disappointed because he had made a run hoping that Dog would play the right pass into his run. But again, like I said, if the level is not the same, certainly it's going to be difficult for certain young players. But it's also good. It's a good headache for them, for Dogu, to play around a player like Mvumo and Cunha, who is so high in terms of their IQ, game IQ and intensity. He will also lift himself up, I think, inevitably. I think it's a good thing. I watched the excitement in the training, and I can't wait to see the game on Sunday, because you see a new intensity and life in the team that you probably hadn't seen in many of the past players. Even in the training drills, I think the atmosphere around the team looked, in Chicago at least, I was watching highlights, the videos from Chicago, they looked happy and excited and refreshed. You saw a new feel. There was the whole atmosphere looked different. It looked it's a new group with an intent of building a cohesion. You felt something in what you saw, and I feel that this makes for a good foundation for for Amorim to work whatever magic he's hoping to work at this club. Because if you don't have the right foundation in terms of cohesion among the boys, then you can certainly go nowhere. You will bring in Isaac, Watkins, or whichever striker you can imagine, the hottest striker in the world, but without that cohesion, it won't work. And it hasn't been there for a long time. We know that. We've all clearly seen in the past regimes, we haven't seen that cohesion in that team. I feel now that it's beginning to look like it can be forged again, and trust me, it will be I think converting into, or turning into, results for the team, because I mean, it's a team sport. It's not an individual sport. If you're together, that's what Arsenal has. That's what you see in groups like Man City, Liverpool. These groups that are winning, you see a group of players playing together with belief and trust, fighting for each other, in trusting in the system, in whatever they're being told, to do. In today's training, I also saw Sekou Kone trying to fit in proper. Kobe Maino playing some good passes. Of course, he has been top of the talk lately, talking about how he could possibly go to Tottenham, but he looked unbothered, enjoying his football. I think I liked nearly everything I saw in the session today, all the clips I watched, and I feel that after getting a striker, whoever that will be, honestly, it's beginning to look very difficult to predict which striker United will zero down to. But of course, it's a matter of time. But regardless which striker they bring in, you clearly see there is a new level that this club is destined to go to if they continue doing the right things, at least in time. Let's wait and see between now and Sunday if we could be surprised with a new signing, a new addition. There was talk of that midfielder, Javi Guerra, talk of the goalkeeper, Lamens. So we'll see who will probably come in. But regardless, I think solutions are being mooted, and it's a matter of time. It is just a matter of time until we get to see things look different. It's also a matter of time until you get to realize that you certainly need to understand the business of the internet. How do people fetch money off this thing called the internet, where we all be at all the time, every day, every second? If you do not know how it's done, it's never too late to learn a good thing. You can come, learn, and start earning, growing your wealth from wherever you are so easily, and it's guaranteed, it's assured. Internet money is the only assured money that if you do the right thing, you're guaranteed it's going to come. Yeah, that's the only guaranteed money I know, honestly. You can correct me if I'm wrong. If you know any other guaranteed money, it's internet money. So I'm waiting for you. Peace, love, and harmony. Cheers. Which striker would you go for? If we had the money, would you advise we go for Isaac? Oh, goodness. United.